I have been neglecting to tell you guys some of my goofy stories that y'all love. The ones that wind up in the After Hours playlist. You know, batteries, the time that, I'm trying to think of shit, because there's just so many of them down in there, but you guys all have your favorite, like, offhanded moments where I talk about, like, random goofy anecdotes from my life and stories from whatever. So in the Discord, I posted some talking points. I let you guys vote on them to see which ones you wanted to hear next, and the one that received the most votes is the one about how I got kicked off of my high school's computer science team. So y'all voted on that, and y'all didn't know this, but the story of me getting kicked off of my school's computer science team is the other half to the story of the guy that went to FYE and bought all the hentai on DVD. When I was in high school, I was on my school's computer science team, and basically what that means is, in the state of Texas, there's a thing called University Interscholastic League, or UIL. And they have UIL for all sorts of things, not just computer science. They have it for mathematics, for science, for spelling, for drama, for English studies, all sorts of things. And essentially what it is some of the smarter students in those genres, themes, whatever you want to call them, fields of study. If you're really into, like, poetry, well, you join the UIL poetry team. You learn about prose. You learn about different types of rhyming schemes and how they work and the flow. And when you go to these UIL meets at other schools, you compete with other students in academic quizzes and tests or performances or recitals and things of the sort. And if you win, you get a big honkin' trophy. I don't have any of those on the shelves behind me because I didn't win any. I did UIL all throughout elementary school and middle school. I used to be really good at, I mean, every once in a while when we're on stream, you guys might notice I'll just crunch numbers in my head really fast. And that's because I used to do something called number sense, which is a mathematics study where they give you a test full of mathematical equations, and the rule is you have to do all of them up here. They give you no scratch paper. You cannot write anywhere down to work out the equations. It has to be up here. So one of the parlor tricks I always tell people, I'm like, give me any 2-digit number and I can multiply it by 11 instantly. 53, 583. The trick is that when you multiply it by 11, the first and last number stay the same, and the middle number, you add the two together. So that's like some of the mental tricks they teach you. If you're multiplying something by 25, well, you multiply the 25 by 4 to make 100, then you divide the other number by 4, so now you have whatever times 100, and it's the same answer. Again, that's just what you do. I did that, I did calculator, I did spelling, I did science, and when I got into high school, I did computer science, which is where they give you a book of programs to write in C++, and based upon the complexity and difficulty of the programs, you earn more points than you do for, like, the easier programs. When I would do UIL, right, I was always big into going out and just hanging out with my buddies, right? Because it was kind of like a free day off from school. You got to go to another school. You got to, you know, they usually in the cafeteria, they'd have a snack bar where you could get $8 worth of Sour Punch straws and a fucking 2 20-ounce Dr. Peppers and just chug it all down and go throw up in the fucking playground over there, their football field. Who cares? It ain't your football field. Fuck it. Everyone brings their Game Boys, you bring your Pokemon cards, you get the bus trip out, you shoot the shit with everybody. It's a lot of fun. And then you take a quiz, you take a test, you do a little bit of preparation for it, and at the end of the day you see who's got the biggest dick, you know? It was fun. So I did it all throughout elementary school, middle school, and when I got to my freshman year, I joined the computer science team. I went to one meet. And this is also the same meet, the UIL meet, where after the thing, we stopped at the mall in Katy, Texas, where there's an FYE, and that one particular student bought a bunch of hentai on DVD and did not get carded. And we relentlessly mocked him the entire trip back. So that's a whole other story. It's on this channel. Just go to the Gatorbox page and type hentai in the search bar. sounds dangerous, but you'll get that story. So, anyways. So I'm at this meet, and programming is not my strong suit. We're a couple of months, 3 months or so into the school year. I did a summer class as well. I couldn't really grasp programming, but again, I'm just there to have fun. I'm there to hang out with some friends of mine, and we're goofing off. We're gonna get some snacks. You know, teacher orders pizzas and stuff for us to eat. It's just a fun day to me, right? And it comes time to do the test. And the computer science test is multiple hours long. It was like 2.5, I think, because they give you a big, thick THICC book of programs to work through. And it explains a hypothetical program that you would need to write to do something, or to output a specific algorithm or whatever it is to the screen, or to accept inputs and then do some calculations or make a spreadsheet, whatever it is. Whatever it is. But the first few pages of the book are always like, write a program that says hello world, and it's worth like 2 points. And then by the end of the book you have like, write a program that can fucking output the human genome and cure cancer and solve the national debt, and that's worth 100 points. Like, you get, you know, it balloons out. The harder they are, the more points they're worth. I sucked so bad at programming that I came in dead last. And not dead last out of the students from my school. Technically I did. I came in dead last, as in last out of everybody who was there from every single school. Second to last place at least broke the triple-digit barrier. I don't remember what their score was, but they had more than 100 because it was 3 digits long. My score, which I also don't remember the exact number of, was less than 10 because it was digit singular, just the 1 digit. I have no idea how I sat there for 2.5 hours and scored less than 10 points when the next dude, the dude who came in second to last, at least broke 100. I do not know. I don't remember. All I remember from that trip is the hentai, okay? I don't remember the rest of that story. The highest possible score, Mr. Inflammable, I'm glad you asked. The highest possible score, I don't remember. Toughem 255. I get it. I don't remember what the highest score was, but I do remember who got it. It was the person who wound up graduating valedictorian from my school. So my school represented with both the highest score and the lowest score. And apparently the teacher was like really pissed off about that, but that never got conveyed to me until like regular school was like the next week when we were back at school. And essentially he pulled me aside and he explained to me in no uncertain terms that what I did was an embarrassment to the school and that I was off the team. And I'm thinking like, motherfucker, y'all won. Like, not only did you win, I think we also had somebody from our school get 3rd place as well. So 2 of the fucking trophies came home with us. And then everybody else was just spattered around in there. And then I'm dead last. Who cares? Okay, I got like 9 points or less. Fuck it. Who cares? Right? I did my best, I think. And and the teacher, he was a real piece of shit. I hated him, right? He see, now I don't want this to turn into like a video where I'm just like ragging on this guy. But basically, the only reason I passed his class is because at the beginning of the school year, he said, if you show up to class on time every day and you turn in all of your work in on time, you will not fail this class. He was prepared to fail me because I sucked at everything I did in his class, but I had perfect attendance, and I could demonstrably prove that I had turned in every single assignment on the day it was due or before. And I told him, I said, you're going to give me a 70 in this class, or I'm going to go raise hell with the administration, and I'm going to give him copies of my turn-in sheets from when I submit the programs through the software, and they're gonna. I'm also gonna give them the syllabus where you said I won't fail. So you're either gonna pass me or we're gonna have to roll up our sleeves. And he didn't like that because I fucking put my foot down. So I did pass the class, but I got kicked off the team after the first go around. And you know, I didn't care. It was really weird because I guess it was because I was blossoming into an angsty teenager. This was freshman year, so I was like 14 years old, going on 15 or something like that. I didn't give a fuck. Like, he kicked me off the team, and, you know, well, this was an embarrassment. I'm like, suck my dick, whatever, I don't care. And it didn't register, it didn't bother me. It just, whatever. It just flew right over my head. And, which is fine, because the more I look back on it now, the more I'm like, who cares? Like, even the people I went there with, I grew apart from. We weren't really, like, close friends like things were when I was in middle school. So actually, getting kicked off that team made me evaluate what my interests were in life at that point in time. And I'm like, it's not for me anymore. And I actually never went to another UIL meet when I was in high school. Instead, I became an art nerd and hung out in the art room and did sculpture and pottery and things like that. And hung out with the other weirdos there. And I feel like I had a much more enriching experience just kicking around on my free hours in the art room. And the art teacher loved me. The pottery, the ceramics teacher loved me. You know, I was on a first-name basis with those teachers. So we had a good time. But that was the story of me going to the one computer science event and getting kicked off the team. And sometimes I think about it, like, I think back to it now, and it makes me laugh, because it's like, man, how'd I fuck up that bad? But, you know, it's a learning experience. I learned it wasn't for me. I learned my teacher really was a piece of shit. Fuck him. And the best thing that came out of that one trip I went to was the time that one of my classmates went to FYE and bought this much hentai, and we never let him live it down. Even when I was off the fucking team, we still talk shit to that guy, right? I was still technically one of the guys, because I was like, I was there, he did it, what a fucking dumbass. How's that LeBlue girl treating you, you fucking weirdo? So at least it gave us that. So now the story of, you know, that particular event in my life, you have the yin with the yang, and I really couldn't tell you which one is which. You have me getting kicked off the team. You have the guy buying several $100s worth of hentai on DVD and not getting carded, thinking he's a badass. And now the story's complete. The book, you know, the book can be closed on that one. So that's that's what we got.